15th of April, Baker Street. I forget all of my voices, by the way, so that's great. See, that's why, grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take your stuff away from you. Oh, really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the deal let me keep it after I looked daggers at it for enough. Even went through the pockets and said, go on then, have it, before telling me to scamper. Always pays off giving people a look like you ate them. I can't help feeling that it's gonna get you into serious trouble one day. Probably. What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, mind. Oh yeah, the disc. The disc was weird. The music box disc. But Mr. Windbank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give me a long hard stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windybanks again today. Why not? That's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windybank. But the disc mine. I had the ticket for this court and it was in the court's pocket. And there should be something else after all. It's what the Rotten Cove said, innit? Yeah, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine too, whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for today. Yeah, it is all your fault, Sholmes. What are your plans now? Would you dine with us this evening? Eh? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. Oh yeah, I forgot about his thing. No, Ta. Oh. Why would I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? And there she goes. Yep, she's gone. Okay. Oh dear, she's gone. Haven't revealed on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting. What is it? You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Sutter. Until later, then. Alright. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do. I gotta move. Also, I added a compressor on my mic. Like, just a quick little compressor thing, so my mic shouldn't peak. So that's a good thing, because I scream a lot. Since the Metroid Dread stream the other day, I was like, well, I scream a lot, so I added one. I don't know if the mic sounds like garbage. If it does, that's why. I guess we're going back to the suite. Because I don't really see anything else that we can do right now. Sholmes' suite. Ah, Susie and Bruno, come on in. Good afternoon, Iris. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Well, actually, today, this very moment, it's Thanksgiving here in Canada, so, yeah. Already, you're obviously cooking something special, are you? Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. I brought a gun. Guess who it is? Come on, you'll never guess. Look at those little eyes of hers shining. Oh dear. It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise. Yeah, that's wonderful news. That was her, that wasn't me. It seems Iris is overjoyed at the idea. Do they know each other, I wonder? I guess they do know each other. Oh yeah, she stole the gun. Yeah, so they do know each other, but not in a good way, I guess. I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional! Oh yeah, that does sound like fun! I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate, are you, Mr. Naruhodo? She looks mad. By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? He looks depressed again. Hurley! Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I am not here. I don't know how to respond to that. Oh, is that like a weird doll thing? I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yeah, I see. Really? He behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yeah, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are. Oh, wow, well, thanks. Really brought the tone down, huh? What's the matter, Bruno? You have such a funny look on your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right? How? How did you... Oh, Bruno, I can read you like a book. This girl is dangerous. Don't worry, you can ask me anything, I won't mind. Okay, sure thing. What about her? Yeah, how do you know her, by the way? So Miss Ginny, or Ginny? I think it's Ginny. Yeah, Ginny. You mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although after this trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends. Oh. What a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. And I chase after her in the back alleys. Interesting idea of friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed. Oh. There's so many beautiful colors in the world, Ginny wants to make a whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyways. Hurley always reacts the same when I say... Wait, always reacts the same when I shoot him with it now. Poor Hurley. Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited. I hope she does actually come. Yeah, I don't know. Well, living with Sholmes, that sounds like it would be a sitcom. On the telly. I'm sure you're wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, don't you? Well, it has crossed my mind. That and where are your real parents? My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Oh. Well, that's depressing. Good job, Ryunosuke. I hate this guy. Mommy passed when I was born. And at around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to a faraway land because of the one he... Wait. He had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysteries cases together. Ooh, hang on. Was this... Who could it be? Could he possibly show up in this case sometime? She didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? What if we're the dad? Whoa, plot twist. So, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? Oh yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. But that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. And you found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. It's a good thing he can't hear us, even though he's in the other room. But then he told me that's what he found out the author of all those accounts was my father. So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Okay. Iris's father. I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So, it came as quite a shock. When Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean... Yeah, it must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you. And at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh. Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There's some things I just can see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouth sometimes. Right. Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all these thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved the case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone. You can say that again. You share your father's surname, do you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. Wait a minute, I know that name. I've learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. John H. Wilson, it sounds extremely familiar. What was prompted me to study so that I could earn a doctorate as well. Iris's father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Wait a minute. Oh, that's from the first case. That was the person that died in the first case. Oh. Man. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Yeah, that's awkward. That's right, visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yuma University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. That's messed up. Miss Sato. Yes? Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Well, that's depressing. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you! Oh, Mr. Sholmes! Whatever do you... why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really? It really does have a bad memory. Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? Huh? My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. The disc. Oh, another music box disc? No, not another disc, Mr. Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence, Mr. McGilded's disc. Oh my! Then, what's it doing here? I snuck it in my pocket. You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for deduction, I may as well have been even more adept at larceny. Ooh, that would be wonderfully exciting. It'd really be your pickpocketing assistant. I would be, and Rudo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught. Right. Plus, Susie here has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all of our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Alright, what's up, Sholmes? Tell me about the disc. The disc. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. Caramel. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I don't know why I'm saying disc like that. The disc. I'll be taking whatever that is of McGillis down to the yard, thank you very much. Hand it over. Oh, yeah, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to give it. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yeah, you did, but I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned one of my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars like this. What? That's amazing. The disc and all of the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result is a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary! Carrying a pair of these on one person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image I was able to create this. I confess it was most curious to know what a matter of music it would ensure from a disc when played. But wouldn't that make an opposite though? Well, I don't know. What, I mean, yeah, okay, play it. Please play it. Play the music on the disc. The disc, I want to know. Tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What does the music disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Runo? Inside a music box... Sherlock Holmes theme. I mean, Sherlock Holmes. I mean, Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb that is what produces the sound. Small protrusions pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotated, making the different notes. The first music box to be invented uses a rotating cylinder with the protuberances on it. Yeah, but this one's a disc, so it won't work. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. Yeah. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm music box does not match that of another, and we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Oh, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. Music box. It kind of sound... But as you can hear, to no avail. It kind of sounded like Tetris. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's only for you, always taking things too far. But, my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, we gotta go to Ireland and get one from Ireland because he was Irish. I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Yeah, cool. He lets us live for 2 months, and he's like, alright, whatever, you're fine. I need music. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yeah, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Yeah, that was surprising. That was like the biggest, like, whoa moment. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. There he is. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows. Still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. The problem is, someone killed him. Somebody killed him. He wouldn't have killed himself, because he went in and then it burned and got killed. Unless he did it himself. I don't know. I don't think he did. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilda's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. Did we get paid, though? Oh, he died. We got paid like a coin. The murder of the brickmaker, the thrice-fried mason. We didn't even find that out either. Like, we know what happened to those two. They were in the other trial. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened on that night. Never trust the Irish. And although Mr. McGilda was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. I don't either. It would appear the case is not yet closed. No. So are we just solving that again, I guess? No. Maybe. Yeah, I think. Well, I think it'll all connect. Well, I think it's time I start getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here for long. Thank you, Iris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me. Of something Mr. Windibank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yeah, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mysteries lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windibank's storeroom, gathering dust. My dear madam, I am quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. And what about your What about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Bakersfield story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Bakersvilles. I should love to read it. Oh? What's up? They're very serious looking. I don't know what happened. Ah. What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Bakersvilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Mrs. Sutto is a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. But Runo, the Hound of the Bakersvilles, has never been published. What? When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said he kept it safe. Until it was the right time for my story to be made public, you see. So that's why the manuscript is at Windibank's? And yet how could Susie know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Ah! What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. What is going on? Miss Lestrade. This was a bad idea. I knew I wasn't welcome. I'm going. No, wait, Miss Lestrade. I'm just so confused. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? What is happening? Oh, yes, just wait here, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself at home. What is happening? Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I hit my knee. I hit my controller off my desk. I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is, then. And there's a cat here, too. I bet the cat's the culprit in this case. Wagga hi. Meow. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome, and Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. I have no idea what is going on. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? I'm so, like, on edge right now. Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine. And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder? What's the matter, Sasato-san? It's about the telegram I received. Was the name of was the title in the telegram? Oh, the one that I read first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What's summoned? What do you mean? The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start prepping at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't trust that guy. I know that Lord Chief Justice is the main villain. I know it. I can tell. Nobody has a pocket watch and looks at it and counts the timing for meetings if they're not evil. Like, when is the last time you saw a hero do that? Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Who is it? Who could that be, I wonder? Oh, it's you. Good evening, friends! Oh, Iris, hello again. Oh, you're here too. Where's Sholmes? He better come up too. And Gina too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. This is so strange. You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? How to pick pockets. All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? Oh, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? Pickpocketing wouldn't really work if you're expecting it, though, right? Maybe... Oh, actually, that could be used as misdirection. I see. Okay. I think I've awakened my natural talent. I could even earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see... I can't return this. Oh, she stole it from me. Wait, that's mine. Oh my, whoever did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. What else did you steal? What else did you steal from me? Okay, nothing. Okay. Wait, no. Oh yeah, we never had the... We had the disc, but we got rid of the disc. Okay. I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius. So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though. Oh, thank you. Alright then, good night. Yeah, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer that lives in this place. Oh, yes, me too! It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yeah, I suppose she probably does. Yeah, I do too. Tell me. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, right? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Why? What? Alright, I understand. Hope you haven't made you feel awkward. Hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh, no, not at all, Iris. I don't know why. I don't know, Iris. I don't know. Not at all, no way. I don't know what all this is about, really, but... It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This manuscript or whatever you call it. It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I've read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though. And Daddy's wrote all the details of every little single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man now, then? Yeah, that good one. Yeah. He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time. Yeah. So, I've never really met him. Alright. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Man. Iris, this Hound of the Bakersvilles, or I've been saying it wrong. Hound of the Baskervilles story. I take it that is another tale inspired by your father's accounts. That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow, from the other cases, I mean. Oh, how? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it, and showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that. Uh-oh, this is like the DL6 incident of this game. It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris, but this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. But why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say, not now, so please do not ask me. Alright then, I won't. But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windibank, isn't it? Yes. Well, they said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does it. Oh, he's trying to treat me like a child. I mean, that's what it is, keeping secret. Well, she's 11, isn't she? Hang on, how old is she? She's like 11. Oh, she's 10. Yeah. She is a child. She's a very young child. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Eh. If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. You know something. You lot are too trusting for your own good. But I can't pull the wool over me eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it. What? Hurley's lying to me? Something's happening and I don't know what it is. onions? What are you doing? Don't steal my onions, please. I like those things. Your parents. I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. They're probably dead, so don't talk about it. I ain't got any, have I? Never did, never have. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born, not even our mums. Well, this is depressing, isn't it? Well, we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, that evens my life, I love it. Get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how all of us afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Well, he gave to the... well... Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But having listened to what Iris just said, it sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh! I mean, if you know you've never had them, you don't feel like you've always wanted to meet them. Okay, don't... It's true. Man. I do want to see Daddy, very much. Oh, Iris. This is a very depressing evening, huh? Anyways, in the morning, Sasato is going to be kidnapped by the Lord Chief Justice, I guarantee it. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he popped that manuscript or whatever, right? But come on, it's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple, if that story was really in old Windybank's storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Ah, I assume she saw it in there. But I don't know. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Ellie would never do something like that, I'm sure of it. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. Don't say that, she's 10 years old. You ain't just realized it yet. You are going to make a child cry. I hope you're happy. How old are you? You're like 15, right? You're like 15? How old are you? You're 17, okay. Alright. 7 years older. Bullying this child. You bully. The manuscript I met Windybanks, you'd soon see it if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that sometimes I wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't even know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. What a depressing evening. Oh my goodness, look at the time! Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs. Yeah, alright. Don't take my onions, please. Don't take them. And please don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then. Well, you've got to get going in the morning. So... Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turn in for the night, too. Oh, Naruto-san. Good night. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yuma University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Everything's being connected. Stir Naruto. Hang on, I don't know what's going on. Quick, turn off the fan. There's gonna be massive plot. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice, that's Mr. Sholmes. What happened? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. You thought she would stay the whole night? I didn't even really think she would. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfast with Miss Sasato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow. The city is on fire. We've got to go. What's this about? I don't know why the city would be on fire. Yeah. They're up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They don't call him Sherlock. They don't call him Sherlock Sholmes for nothing. Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windybank's? Oh no. It's simple. If that store were really an old Windybank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Yeah, she's going to find it, but I don't. She's probably just there. She's not like robbing it. Oh no, she might be. I don't know. My theory was, you wouldn't be robbing a store with the lights on. But I mean, I guess if you can't see anything, I don't know. Whatever. He sold it without telling you. Could you not have gone? It seems you have some knowledge on the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once! Mrs. Sato. Go to sleep. You gotta wake up in the morning. Hey, Gobi. Menacing? You say menacing? Menacing. 16th of April, 1:14 a.m., Baker Street. Oh boy. It's getting crazy. The door to Windybank's is open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. The game is afoot. There's no one here. Oh, yes. There is. Oh! Mr. Wait, what? Well, wait, has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them, go. Right. What? I've lost them. Hello, what are we here? Who's this? Oh, the alarm was just raised from the. Oh, are we? We're in again, aren't we? We're done again because we were found in there. Also, that the silhouette that we saw in there was definitely those two people in the last case, like the dude with all the gems. So we know it was them. The alarm was just raised from the pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to the Windybanks.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina!
Oh! Oh my god! Whoa! Things just went from like 0 to just 1,000 in like a second. Whoa! That's crazy. So, I guess we're gonna have to defend her now, huh? Wow! That's crazy.